Yeah.
Take two. So,
Mm-hmm.
welcome to Wildsea, as run by Fish Not Fish. Um, we will be roaming the treetops of the toxic, evil, dystopic forest that has swamped whatever world we happen to be on.
Toxic evil.
Yes,
Well,
toxic
I don't know that
evil.
it's evil. It's predatory, carnivorous, heartless, but not necessarily evil.
Something wants to be dead. That satisfies my personal definition of evil.
Okay,
Also, I think it
fair
satisfies
enough.
Lenore's personal definition of evil. Because, to be brutally honest, Lenore's added up to here already with the thrash. And I've just realised when Moliere leans forward, there's a leaf on the overlay that goes right up her nose. Up their nose, sorry. So I've just shifted your picture a little.
Okay, thank you.
It's your peering through.
I wondered why I had the urge to sneeze. So okay.
Okay, so running today is Fish Not Fish.
Now you know why it took me so long to get the overlay sorted out, to get that positioning right.
Exactly right, yes. Playing, we have Moliere as Glaucus.
Glaucon.
Glaucon.
The Greek version, not the Roman.
Sorry, yes, my apologies. I had a window. You're right. It's even written correctly under your face, under your face, under your portrait. Should have taken.
We're in fine form today. Yeah.
I should have taken the phenylalanine before.
It wasn't on your character.
And
I think the name has flipped back and forth between the two a couple of times during character creation.
Yeah.
And
fair
so
enough.
we got a bit lost as to which it was supposed to be.
Okay, and Chrono Magistrate playing. I'm going to let you say that.
Varachai.
Yep, that's why I let you say that.
I haven't got the voice today. Varachai.
Varachai. Right. So
it's going to be a day of not having the voice for things, I feel.
Yeah.
I know the NPC that's just arrived.
So we are playing, respectively in reverse order, a humanoid blob with embedded endoskeleton.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. A moth.
Flying squirrel.
Flying squirrel.
Yeah. The flying squirrel. Yeah.
A reskinned moth as a flying squirrel. Humanoid. Quite tall. And
as with the pre-stream discussion of Conan Exiles, I would just like to say that the term reskinned should probably be avoided in the Wildsea. Because who knows? We are avoiding Celicrae in this particular game, but even so.
I just had an image of oh god, what are your lot, Chrono?
What, the Ketra?
The Ketra. I just had an image of a Ketra in a person suit instead of having it embedded inside them, literally just sticking a zip from like navel to neck.
Yes.
And having the face as a hoodie.
That would make us more like the Slitheen.
Exactly what I was
only without the crap farting. The Sarah Jane Adventures version, where they look like normal, just average people.
Yes.
Instead of distrust the fat. So, and I am playing a ship's figurehead, walking around and talking. So let me just see if I can, because Lenore doesn't have a specific accent because she's wood and a ghost. Technically, she's the ghost of a ship.
As you do.
Yeah, she's the ghost of a ship, and so while it is tempting to give her the old pirate accent and do the would you like to go on my ship?
We have just been through Speak Like a West Country Farmer.
Yes.
Recently, haven't we?
Yes.
Sorry, I mean pirate.
Yeah. Wasn't that down to like one actor?
That was, it was the first. It was I can't remember his name, but it was the first actor to famously play a pirate on the big screen.
Yeah.
Happened to come from an area that sounded like that, and every pirate since has talked like that, Jim lad.
So we are the crew of the Dream Spa. Varachai is the skipper. I was going to say commander, but
Rate it captain.
captain, yes.
The face.
The face,
Yeah.
indeed, yes.
Such as it is.
Yeah. Well, you are multi-faced. Let's face it, you just mould it around a bit. You can probably sort something out. You want better cheekbones? Sticks.
I guess I'm guessing I have. Well, the skull is not something I could replace, but maybe I could add. I don't know. Would it be possible to add a second skull under the musculature and
Yeah.
such of the shoulder? Oh no!
Yeah, that'd be
You're
interesting.
not quite
Oh, yeah.
Cobra from the Mistborn books, but it's definitely veering that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have departed from the port of Dickinson's Spit, which is a trading port filled with ne'er-do-wells and interesting information, some of which was on the other. And we are headed for... Where the hell are we headed, Fish?
You're headed for Fairnest.
That was
If I remember
it.
rightly.
Yes, a Shankling settlement.
Yes. We are headed for Fairnest, which is where our paying passenger, first passenger, wishes to go. We are bearing north to avoid any entanglements to the east. I've been warned. I navigated around. I'm not quite sure what the problem is.
Well, there was a rift to the east as well that we were aware of.
Oh yes, I know about the rift, but there was also some interpersonal issue.
Yes.
And I don't quite
You've
understand
taken a
that.
banana-shaped route
Yes.
this way rather than going this way, because if you go that way, it takes you too close to the, what did I call them, Skytouch Peaks.
Yes.
And the barony of Kassandak.
Yes. But I don't understand what's got them quite so worried, because I lack an endocrine gland. Lenore does not suffer anxiety. It just occurred to me.
No, probably not.
Wow.
No, she doesn't get panicked. She can get scared, intellectually.
Would your wood warp under strain as an equivalent?
Yeah. If you hear slight cracking, like you've just screwed a bolt in too tight on some IKEA furniture, then that obviously that's the equivalent of having an absolute panic attack. So yes, we have taken a passenger on board. We've taken two. They don't like each other very much. I didn't witness the argument, but our captain did, or at least witness the aftermath. And I gather that there was some kind of ethnic or cultural disturbance between the two. And they just don't like each other very much and are very much daggers drawn. To be honest, as long as they don't get blood on the deck, I don't care. They're going to pay. As opposed to if they do get blood on the deck, in which case they're going to pay. We have also sighted an emergent thing that may be a building or maybe a ship coming out of the thrash, and we were heading in that direction. We hadn't actually docked, had we?
No. Okay, so the situation was that you were heading through an area of new regrowth where the thrash was very much still in flux, as some damage that you don't know what caused it. There was some damage to the trees in this area, and they're regrowing as a result. They grow extremely quickly.
Yeah.
And a combination of that and what is called a root quake seems to have struck, bringing various bits of wreckage from beneath the tangle up to the surface.
Right.
So initially this was rocks, and you were keeping an eye out for the bits of rock on the surface. Then you got caught up on one of your saw plows got caught up on a bit of metallic wreckage that had come to the surface. At which point, roughly, you also discovered that you had an ectus in your hull.
Yeah, I hadn't got as far as him. I was going to.
No, because you were apparently doing things out of sequence.
It's not my fault. I'm an idiot, and also it's been a while.
And it's been what, 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, as a result of this, yes, we have an ectus. We had an ectus stuck to our prow.
Yeah.
In a bug on the windscreen sort of methodology. What he was doing, shipless, we have yet to find out, but we did end up using the salvage winch to hoik him onto the deck. And
no, the Wrecker's Magnet.
was it the Wrecker's Magnet?
The Wrecker's Magnet you used to clear the.
That was it. Sorry.
That had jammed up your.
I actually was going to write this, and I lost
the
plot.
And then, while you were clearing that, you realised that there was this cactus man stuck to your hull. And you were able to lower ropes to him with the aid of your rig ferrets.
Yeah.
I think they're rig ferrets.
They are.
Rig small furry animals.
Yeah.
They're rig ferrets, yes, they're ferrets.
Yeah.
I like ferrets, sue me.
I get what that's we didn't modify them. It's one of the few things we didn't reskin.
Yeah, I know.
As written in the book. And using said ropes, you were able to haul him up to the left. I don't think I specified at the time, but it is the left-hand store hull, because the Dream Spar has 3 hulls. Its main hull rests above to a catamaran arrangement of the saw hulls. We haven't seen it yet in game, but it is possible for the saw hulls to move out, so the main hull comes down between them and provides yet more motive power. But that hasn't been. We haven't needed to use that in the game yet. So yeah, on the left, you're on the left-hand saw hull, the port saw hull.
Yeah.
And you had just got this ectus up on board, and before you had a chance to speak to him, another rootquake struck, and a slab of either metallic rock or faded and perhaps dirt encrusted metal, you're not sure which, tore free of the tangle. Hang on, which way around? Am I getting these the right way around? Is it thrash then tangle, or tangle then thrash? I think it's thrash then tangle, isn't it? So tore free of the tangle.
Sounds like specialist subjects at a specific kind of club, anyway.
And only over 18.
Causing this thing is huge enough that it even makes the Dream Spar look a bit on the small side, and has sent ripples through the treetops, and we ended on everybody basically going, "What the hell is that?" as this thing came careening to the surface. And I won't say stabilized as such, but it has at least stopped
Emerging. Right. So now we're going to have a little conversation with our spiky friend.
So what do we think? Did Drat cover enough of the what has gone before to the whisper that I promised for whoever would do the what has gone before instead of me? Have we done that?
I think so.
Or did I have to fill in too many gaps? I think for the first time we will do this. Okay, so yeah, the whisper that you have earned for this one is an unexpected meeting.
An unexpected meeting. Okay.
Seems appropriate. Yes.
That's fine. I think I just got
and this
rid
is
of
going
that.
to be a standard. There will be, and then you got rid of a spit on the rise.
I got rid of 2
to create this whole situation.
Yeah.
And I think you may have got rid of something else for something else. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're being clear about it.
Yeah,
I think Lexi gave up 1 because of special ability of Ben. So
yeah.
Yes. Lexi had triggered a special ability that would enable Ben to find a thing, basically, in this situation. So since Lexi is not with us today, that is going to be what Ben is doing, but we will not be seeing that on camera.
Right.
Okay.
And I will sort out with Lexi behind the scenes as to what it is that Ben has actually found. They can find a bit of sort of ancient salvage,
right,
using this special ability.
I found a little bit of cake. Sorry, hang on.
Nothing like that. No,
Cake.
Look, you start doing West Country at me, and Wurzel Gummidge is going to occur at some stage.
Cup of tea and a slice of cake.
Cup of tea and slice of cake, yeah. Oh, it's so disturbing a character. Okay. So, we have an Ectus on our Dectus.
You have an Ectus on board, yes.
Yes.
You have an Ectus on your Dectus, if you really want to say it like that.
Yes.
Who, like the rest of you, is standing, has been rather distracted and is looking to this huge.
So he's having. They've been having
that has risen to the surface.
So they've been having erectile dysfunction.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh.
He might be a spine. Okay. This is all
I would say
fine.
it's like if we add him to the crew, does it become an appendectomy?
Oh. Sorry.
Oh dear, and if you're new to the stream, I'm so sorry.
Right,
This
is what you're going to have to put up with.
Yeah. And this
Yes,
is
we're
staying
sorry,
for
but-
YouTube. This apology is staying on YouTube. I might just
Yes,
stick it
we're-
in the front of everything.
Yeah, we're sorry, but not enough to actually stop
Well,
doing
no.
this.
Clip that and stick it in.
General disclaimer: it's
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So. Right. So, yes. Okay.
Have I disconnected again? Please don't
No.
tell me I've disconnected again.
no, you're moving
Okay.
again.
Okay. Yes.
Um,
So this sharp-looking guy then
There's
is
a girl crazy for
Yeah.
a sharp-dressed plant.
yes, exactly.
Sorry. I assume he's
Okay.
dressed. Okay.
I mean that is the thing. Yes. How does he look?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he is essentially a 5.5-foot cactus in humanoid form. He is wearing. I hesitate to say that he is wearing tartan because he's not, but he is wearing a
plaid-like fabric.
Woolen. A plaid-like fabric, yes. It's not tartan, and it's in a structure probably more akin to ancient Roman or Greek rather than a kilt. It's the whole sort of semi-robe
Right.
type thing.
So longer
not a toga, the other one's long, I can't
tunic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he does have, because why the hell not? He has got a sort of a somewhat floppy hat as well in the same material.
Oh,
Oh,
I adore him already.
is it? Yes. Okay. So sort of like a beret or a flat cap,
It's going to
or
be a
like
tam
a
o'shanter,
Well,
isn't it?
Tam O'Shanter.
yeah.
It's closest to a tam o'shanter, yeah.
Oh my god, is it a flat tam o'shanter? And he keeps it on his head with one big spike on which he impales it.
Oh. Oh.
No.
Oh.
Oh. No, I do.
Draw the line there.
I do appreciate though the fact that he can probably keep his tunic and drapery in place with using the spikes. Oh no, we're recovering lost connection on Fishy.
Oh,
Oh no.
I'm
Well,
not seeing
it-
that.
Well, It's got the message has gone now. There we
Yeah,
go.
my connection to VC is absolutely terrible. It seems.
You are cutting in and out.
Yeah, you were frozen and then sped up. So
the audio
dear.
seems okay.
The weird thing is I'm showing 3 bars of signal to everybody, but I'm getting a lot of glitching on the visual. So I'm assuming that you're getting the same back from me that it is at my end.
Yeah.
So apologies.
We will soldier on.
Yes. Do the best we can.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, a big savings on clothespins and brooches and things like that.
Velcro.
Oh,
Velcro would be a nightmare for them, wouldn't it?
Oh.
I just think about it.
Like he comes with his own Velcro.
I know, but just imagine, you walk anywhere near anything even slightly fluffy, and he's taking it with you.
Oh, hey, a lovely way to loot sheep, for instance.
That is a really specific
I think Velcro is a bigger problem for Ben.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I think Velcro is definitely a bigger problem for Ben. Ben is essentially a lot of rocks and debris wrapped up in sentient moss. So if you've got the spiky, the hooky side of the Velcro, Ben could actually be losing body matter to that.
That's a good point.
Whereas Sectus is just going to rock up every single rug he walks on.
Oh, now I'm thinking of like Katamari Damacy with the Nectus just rolling around.
Okay. Okay, Cap.
Okay. Yeah. So with the from the main deck, looking down over to where the Ectus is. What do I want to say? How would Farrakhan? How would we deal with?
You're missing something. That something is a ship. Unless that's yours.
No, I haven't seen that before. It's new to me.
Says the accent.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, this is a fantasy world, and the accent is not a real world accent, and therefore it is not a bad Scottish accent at all. It's a perfectly good Scotian accent from an expert.
I refer you to the Skellige Isles in The Witcher 3.
Yes, that is exactly the same argument that I made with my Skellige character in The Witcher RPG.
Yes.
Equally valid there.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, so then I call down, ho there, traveller. Who is it that is wishing to come aboard, if you do indeed wish to come aboard?
My name's Dougal. I'm grateful for your assistance. I seem to be a little bit lost out here. To be honest, it's very helpful that you've come along.
Where did you come from?
Well, I was on board a wee ship called the Leaf Dancer, and we hit some of this wreckage and took some damage. I went down for a wee wave walk to have a look and see what the damage was like, and another earthquake struck, and we got separated. I don't know if the ship went down or if she's still up there somewhere, but I lost her.
Right. We haven't seen the ship.
Where were you heading?
You have not seen any other.
Sorry, your words got lost there.
That is an interesting question. Do I have an interesting answer? We were on an exploration mission.
Right.
Trying to map the area, draw new charts, that sort of thing.
Where
From
do you
what port?
Mhm.
No, there's a good question. What port? I forgot to think it through. I also forgot to get a pen so I could write down this stuff when I have to make it up. There we go, pen. We last came out of Port Sampson. Away to the northwest of here.
Is that something I know, or is that something I can roll for?
I'm going to say that this is not a name any of you have heard. No.
Okay. Do you have a name, traveller?
Dougal.
Right.
Okay, Dougal, not Google. Okay, good.
Welcome to the Dream Spa. Feel free to haul yourself aboard. And I gesture to the rope ladders, basically strung up between the hulls.
Yeah.
Okay. He will make his way up towards the bridge, effectively, rather than stay down on the sport hole.
How well does he do so?
He does so fairly proficiently.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
He is obviously quite comfortable with rigging and the like.
well, if he can wave walk, he has less fear of falling than most people.
You've already done me a huge favour just by picking me up, but can I ask, maybe, have any of you heard of a spit by the name of Scotia?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, damn it.
Is this possibly something I may have come across
Again,
during my time in the barony?
This is not a place that you have ever heard of.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We are headed for Fairnest. You're obviously welcome to take passage with us and work your way there.
Well, I can't say I know it, but it's definitely an improvement on going back over the side.
Well, indeed, and we have seen no other ships prior to the root quake. Should, of course, we come across any sign of the Leaf Walker, that was what it was called, wasn't it?
Leaf Dancer.
Leaf Dancer. Yeah. We will, of course, render assistance. However, we are not going to go out of our way to do so.
Yeah.
We
are on a trip.
Yeah, and we wouldn't even know necessarily where to start without endangering ourselves.
In the meantime, though, I believe we were going to go and have a look at that, for it seems worthy of mapping, at least.
Very well. I will leave. So Glaucon and Lenore.
Yes.
I trust you can see to that, and if you should need assistance, please feel free to call or such. I will show our guest around and get him accommodated.
All right. Okay. May I ask my lemur pet to investigate Dougal, please? Just to go up and sniff?
Yeah.
Maybe take a nibble if he's not a poisonous cactus. I don't just to see how how
I don't think you will appreciate being nibbled, but
okay. Well, okay, no, nibbling is optional.
Poor Dougal.
Nibbling has to be consensual. It's
Yes, exactly.
absolutely.
If he offers a nibble, then fine, but at least to sniff and check out and see whether you know,
Is there a scent of blood on him, for example? Has he murdered the
Yeah.
entire crew of the Leaf Dancer?
yeah. Does he pick up, does my lemur pick up any weird vibes, weird smells beyond cactusy, tequila things? That's an idea. Okay, yes. If this goes badly and we have to kill Dougal in his sleep, we make tequila out of the body.
That's one way of disposing of the corpse, I suppose.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So, do I need to roll?
This campaign has taken a bit of a turn, though. I mean, I had not anticipated from the first couple of sessions the phrase, if things go badly and we have to kill Dougal in his sleep. That did come a little
to be followed by turning him into tequila. It's the combination of those is somewhat jarring.
Sorry.
Bottling.
Yes, yes, it is.
We
Yes,
don't
bottling, definitely.
we don't have a bottling facility aboard the ship.
I could put something together. I
How
have
do you know it's a
concoct.
big ship?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
fair.
rattle. I could rattle something together.
Oh God, we'll have alchemists or
Yeah.
some sort of alchemy set up.
Yeah.
So there is notionally a distillery aboard.
So Dougal had better watch his step, and be nice to everyone. So, regarding
be still or go into the still.
yes, exactly. Do I need to roll anything to send? I need a good lemur name, and Lenora's already taken.
Sorry.
Let's see.
I don't think I'm going to ask for a roll for this one. This seems like something that can be handled without a roll.
Okay.
Your lemur seems, it goes and sniffs around Dougal, who is perfectly okay with it and pets it a bit, being careful not to impale it on his spikes.
Okay. Good sign. Yes.
Seems like a perfectly reasonable. There is nothing obviously bad or dodgy about Dougal, besides the fact that you first met him clinging to your hull.
That's okay. Always a good sign that strangers are kind to animals.
How about does Remy the lemur or Remuel, something like that?
Remy would work.
Remy Lima. It just sounds like it. Yeah, it just kind of
Sounds
sounds.
like something you get from a pharmacist.
You see, I was thinking it sounds like something you order in the high class bar.
I immediately went to the one of the pythons singing "Tore Molinos."
Tore Molinos, Tore Molinos. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Well, obligatory Python reference covered.
Mm-hmm.
It's a proper role-playing game now. We've had a Python reference.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Lemur, Remy.
What are you doing? People, this is very much a player-driven game. So,
cool.
You've got Dougal, who the captain is giving the quick tour of the ship and presumably finding a suitable berth for however long he is with you, even if it's only as far as fairness. And you've got this new spit that has just arisen shortly, a short way in front of you, directly in your path, as it happens. If you hadn't run into the wreckage and had your engine stalled before you got there, that could have been nasty because it would have come up pretty much underneath you.
The wreckage
Potential.
that we've pulled out, I know it was chewed up by our blades.
It was.
I don't suppose there's a handy dandy nameplate attached to any of it, you know.
There is
Really,
not a handy plate
the
attached to
Lee
it.
or Dzsa.
You don't see a plaque with Turprise written on it or anything like that. No.
Elizabeth Dane. Sorry. Okay. Run, always. Okay. So, I think we ought to go and explore, or at least take a look at that. Because if that's going to be a feature, then we need to map it for our own convenience. And obviously for the safety of anyone willing to buy our charts.
Yes. And I will assist with that.
Yeah.
I will assist.
And besides, it's old wreckage, and old wreckage is basically my thing. It's my special interest.
Yes, it is rather.
Just in case it's anyone I know.
So, you do not have
how do ghosts work? Sentences.
Well, that's, if you could answer that question, you wouldn't need to be on Twitch.
True. I would have claimed that prize on the whole life after death thing.
Okay. So, do we start by examining the wreckage that we brought on board, or
we couldn't get anything more than scratch out of that?
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Glaucon will gesture toward the new spit, right? Or the new spit area, and just like after you.
So
if nothing else, our engines were damaged, weren't they?
Yes, but only very slightly.
Yeah.
Not significantly damaged.
Okay. So
don't seem to have made a note of it, but I think
we took one
down to effectively Source 5 instead of Source 6. Your engines are phenomenal on this vessel.
Yeah. Our engines are merely now impressive instead of holy hell.
Yeah. I mean, your speed's not that great, but your source is amazing. You can just go straight through almost anything, with the possible exception of a giant lump of steel that's bigger than you are.
Yeah. No, if we need to go faster, I can channel energies to do so.
Yes, good point. Yes.
Since I am bioelectric.
You can't do it. You actually have 0 in stealth on this ship.
Yeah.
I can't imagine why.
So, but something you are missing, despite the size of the ship, you're missing any. You don't have a ship's boat of any kind.
No, we wanted one, but we couldn't.
Couldn't quite afford it.
Yeah.
Well, I can glide or do a short flight.
And the Nor can wave walk.
There are options for getting over there. You can wave walk to get across there. You can indeed glide if you happen to be a flying squirrel. And theoretically, you could also attempt to maneuver the Dream Spar closer.
I was going to suggest before
bring it alongside.
I was going to suggest before we before I took Dougal on a tour to I contact the helm and say bring us in alongside because if you have to get off
fair
quickly,
to assume the ship the size of the Dream Spar has these speaking tubes, wonderful speaking tubes.
Yeah,
that you can whistle down.
They probably run I've made sure that they run the length of the ship. Like there is just a huge mass of these cabling along the gunnels, so that wherever you are, you can can do that, at least in public areas.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
And yeah, so I whistle through to the helm, ask them to come alongside, because if nothing else, if we have to make a getaway, I would rather not have my crew running across the canopy in order to try and do so.
Okay.
There is that. So
And also
you're on help. Sorry, carry on.
I was also going to say we will probably have like not like similar to a gangplank, but like a boarding board basically that we can hook to the gunnels and run out to act as a bridging.
You need such things. Yeah, you have such things between the saw hulls and the primary hull. So it's fair to assume that you probably have more than you need. So you've got spares in case of damage, and you can easily just use one of them to form a bridge between the closest saw hull and the spit.
Yeah, because we probably carry also like long spars just to like shove off things that might get attached to the hull or like catch on the hull and things like that, and they can then snap back into like forming a running board almost.
Okay.
Everything is multifunctional aboard this ship.
Yep. That's because we don't know what half of it does.
But
so
I'm working on it. At least
bringing the ship us alongside the spit. That is going to be a roll using the ship's tilt, I believe. So that gives you 2 dice to roll.
Okay.
Generally, I think that would be it, really.
Okay, who's driving?
I'm assuming that you are back on the helm now, Drat.
True. At least oh my god, I function like a parking camera.
Yeah. So I will give you advantage for your ability to see through any point in the hull.
Yeah. Beep.
That I think is going to be very useful for this. It is indeed does function just like a parking camera. So that is going to give you an extra die.
So I'm up to 3d6.
So you're currently on 3d6.
And would Grace cover it?
This is an interesting question. I'm not sure whether normally you would be adding your personal stuff to rolls using the ship's ratings. I'm just going to have a quick look and see if I can find something to tell me otherwise.
Fair enough. Otherwise, I've only got 1 sense might do it, but it's that or control and alter.
Ratings rolls. When the ship is in danger or trying to overcome an obstacle, in this case, trying to pull in, the Firefly will call for a rating roll.
Yep.
Roll dice equal to the unmarked boxes of the rating in question. No edges, no skills, no advantages.
Oh, okay.
And you built it. I'm going to immediately house rule that and let you have that advantage that I said you had, because it
makes sense.
think it does make sense. You effectively become a part of the ship, so you're kind of almost temporarily adding to its rating by doing that.
So that's a position she is very, very used to. Right.
Crazy.
So yeah, 3 dice. You'll be rolling this.
Watch for splinters.
This won't always count as advantage for a tilt roll if you're doing sort of like big things like, for example, trying to avoid wreckage coming up in front of you, that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter so much.
Yeah.
But for fine maneuvering like this, I think it will help.
642.
642. So you have a triumph and no twists.
Woo.
Woohoo! Yay!
So yeah, you will indeed bring the ship aboard alongside with consummate skill.
This vessel is reversing. Beep,
Mhm.
beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
The way I'm
Yes.
doing this in my head, just to make it clear that the spit has come up at roughly a 45-degree angle in front of you. So from where you were before, you will be moving in alongside so that your right, your starboard saw hull
Mm.
will
Oh.
be just a short distance from the edge of the spit.
Oh, parallel parking,
And
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From here, you can see it somewhat clearer, and you can see that, yeah, underneath the grime and the lichen and so forth, this is indeed a huge metal something.
Good to know that it's a huge metal something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wouldn't want to give us
Okay.
too much detail there
Mhm.
and just give away the whole plot.
No.
Okay. The metal bits, are they like grayish? Are they like yellowish, reddish? Can we tell underneath the grime?
Where you can see it more clearly, it's definitely grayish. But it looks like it's been buried down there for a very long time.
Ooh.
Okay.
And it's only now that you're up this close to it that you can be sure it is actually metal and not just a big lump of rock or an amalgam of stuff like a giant-sized bend.
Does it seem? Can we see any sort of regularity to the shape, or is it just sort of?
Yeah, it is. It has. Yeah, extrapolating somewhat behind the gunk that is wrapped around it, you can see that it does have remarkably clean lines. This chunk is, as I say, it's bigger. It's about twice the size of the Dream Spa.
Yes,
And it is a smooth edge along this side, and overall looks to be roughly oblong, though you can't see whether it's different on the other side.
Huh.
Sweet. So.
And it's quite high as well, so
Mm-hmm.
it's resting quite low on the tangle. Most bigger ships, including the Dream Spa, do tend to run through the thrash, but they're actually supported by the tangle, which is the layer beneath.
Okay.
This actually has sunk, it's risen up and then sunk back down into the tangle. So although it's sticking out up above the thrash, its bulk actually goes down through the thrash and somewhat into the tangle. So it's sitting lower than the Dream Spa is.
Okay. Cool. Well, unless Lenore stops me, I am going to get on the edge, the rim of our ship, and stretch my arms out with the lovely flappy bits of skin stretching out, and do an elegant swan dive down toward down toward the strange metal thing, with scarves, brightly colored scarves fluttering, and perhaps an esoteric squirrelin battle cry.
Seeing, because obviously as we come alongside, myself and Dougal haven't gone below deck just yet.
Then you get to witness.
We see that, and I called through to Lenore, and I sigh.
Glaucon just jumped off the ship.
And I think
it's making noises again.
When you head over, make sure to take Kreza in protection. We don't know what's inside.
I'm sounding very excited.
If it has come up from the tangle.
Yes. Look out for poison.
Apparently, Draco has turned into a chicken.
I'm sorry. I also have a dog who was wishing to be in my lap, so that was kind of distracting. I'm
Aw.
blaming that on him. Sorry. I don't know why.
He's just playing the lemur.
Yes, exactly. You are Remy. You are Remy. Yes, yes, you are. Okay.
What is
Sorry.
Lenore doing?
Lenore doesn't sigh. I would like to make this 100% clear.
Only because you don't have lungs. I think.
Lenore is blinking.
This is
That's
the
what
point.
that's what the model is geared to do. It kind of has eyelids, and she's worked it since, probably involving a chisel and little hinges. But
Now I'm thinking of a variant of the Aphrodite figurehead in Clash of the Titans.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
what I've got in my head.
Yeah. Yes, and Hera.
Mm.
No,
Hera, sorry, yes.
no. Aphrodite was
No,
in.
it
Hang on. It was Aphrodite was Clash of the Titans. No, it wasn't.
Sorry, Hera and Jason and the Argonauts.
Hera and
that's the one
Jason
I-
and the
Yes.
Argonauts was what you're actually going for.
Yes.
But yes,
Mhm.
it was. It was one of the nymphs. Well, one technically, who got upgraded to goddess, if I recall correctly, in Clash of the Titans. And now I need to watch Clash of the Titans again.
Yes.
I haven't seen that in a while.
I haven't. I love that film. And yes, we're talking on the Blackman as a figurehead. So yes. Which is ironic, really. So far, I'm a combination of two Harryhausen figureheads.
Yep.
The thing is, like, but
For those of us who know you, this is no shock.
Exactly.
Good point.
the problem with like saying like Honor Blackman is that whenever anybody says Honor Blackman, it's always she's like constantly flipping between her as Hera in Jason and the Argonauts, the character she played in Doctor Who, The Trial of a Time Lord, Terror of the Vervoids, the scientist character,
Yes.
and the grandmother she played in the
Upper Hand.
British, in the Upper Hand, the British version of Who's the Boss.
Yeah.
And
I
like
still have-
all three of them like existing simultaneous
Yeah.
for me
With
as
one
like the three forms of Honor Blackman.
With one of the
Oh,
many
the
McGann
trilogy.
clones.
Yeah. My headcanon still says that the role that she had in The Upper Hand was in fact just Mrs. Gale from the Avengers.
Yes. Yeah.
My headcanon, that's the same person.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yes. No wonder she was a single parent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hubby was probably buried somewhere, and the body would never be found.
No, because the house was built on it.
Exactly. Yes. Sod patio.
Perfect.
Foundations. Okay. Right. Yes.
So,
It's-
Ben will have come up from below decks and will be waiting next to a boarding ramp for Lenore to assist with.
Yeah, that's what I was
Bring
going
it
to
out.
go and do, was then go and roll out the boarding ramp.
Yeah.
Which
So yeah, Ben will give you an assist
I actually
with that.
see not as a straight thing, but you know, like those roll top desks.
Oh, yeah.
So the slat, so when unrolled, the slats lie into each other, which makes it firm. And then when you roll it up, it rolls back up the other way. Trust me, it
Neat.
works.
Yeah.
Shut up. That's now how it works, okay? If you want players with...
It will only roll in one direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean there. So
Yeah.
effectively, it rolls downwards, and it won't roll that way, so it can only come back this way. Yeah,
It can only come back this way, yeah. Which does mean that we can have a ramp maybe on each side a plank on each side, basically, and instead of it taking up I was going to say deck space, it can be on a big wheel, for want of a better term. So yeah, we can.
Those hooks with the gunnels, yeah.
What we actually do is we
I am
have little
assuming-
hamster wheels, and we have the deck ferrets running in the hamster wheels to unroll it.
Yes.
I am going to assume that in order to avoid unexpected and unfortunate rolling up of this thing, that it has some mechanism for fixing it at the other end once it's been put into place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it'll have a it'll have a hook, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, yes, it'll have the little. Oh God, it sounds like a puppy. Look like a puppy. But yes, it's got those the flat hooks that flip up. So again, they can't go back on themselves. But obviously, they're going to be like that big enough to secure it and not have it slip.
And and since I'm already down there, I'll check to make sure that they are firmly seated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Well, come on down. The metal's fine.
Right. Oh dear. For some ungodly reason, I'm live tweeting this session. I don't know.
Might as well,
Yeah.
as long as you're having fun. Yes, Tony.
I mean, it will help with the notes for next time.
That's what I'm thinking,
That's
actually.
true.
Yes.
True.
Well,
Yeah.
Even if it's only the quotes
But
that
there are those who might say that.
Mm-hmm.
There are those who might say that having the entire session recorded on YouTube is actually quite helpful as well. For notes.
No, it's like the university lecture. You never take the actual lecture in. It's the notes and the summaries that you make.
Yes.
Yeah.
Consider this post-it notes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Nicolo. We have the
Yes.
puppy tax.
Oh, yes.
So, don't know how much on camera.
Yeah. I still maintain he looks like a...
Aw.
Oh, come on. Oh, that's
He's a good
just
boy.
ridiculous.
Yes, he's a good boy.
He is. God, and you've only had him,
Yes.
what, month and a half?
About 2 months.
About 2 months?
Yeah, just about.
Oh,
Yeah,
bless
because,
him.
well, coming up on.
Yeah, time flies.
Time flies,
Yeah.
and you would not think that he was the little bald, nervous-looking thing from that picture.
Yeah, his hair has come in very nicely. And he's... Okay, may I pick you up?
Yeah, he can now block any number of drafts.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes, he's a
please
good
enjoy
boy.
Dog Bum. Oh, he just looks half asleep. He's got this, where am I? What am I doing? Who are these people?
Yes.
Why are they talking
Yes.
silently?
Exactly. Yes. So sorry, had to show my little dog who is sitting in my lap.
Yes.
Um,
Your other little
but
dog presumably is stropping off in the corner somewhere.
other little dog is sitting just out of arm's reach, occasionally barking at me because Nicolo is in my lap. She doesn't want me. She doesn't want to be in my lap, but she doesn't want him to be in my lap because siblings. Yes, please. Yes, good girl. Okay. You want down? Okay. There we go. Okay. Good puppies. Yes. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Cute and fluffy things are rarely a bad thing on stream. It's so great.
True. Yes. And
Okay, so once is Glaucon, what pronouns does Glaucon use?
either he, him, or they, them.
I thought he was on the he end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to leap in. I suddenly
Thank
had
you.
is it?
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
That's all right. I'm sorry. Right. So, yes, after Glaucon has secured that end, Lenore is going to test the strength. Lenore knows damn well this can hold because she's tested it. Lenore is also pushing 8 feet tall and made of solid wood. If she can get across, it's safe for anyone. basically, is her theory.
There we are.
But also, she is
But
prepared.
it's between. I think it's going to be between you and Ben as to who's going to put the most pressure.
Yeah,
on
it is,
because
isn't it?
You're bigger,
Yeah.
but a large chunk of Ben is made of rock.
It's made of rocks, yes, I know.
What type of rock? Sorry. Is it
And you'd have
pumice?
to ask Lexi that.
Unlikely to be pumice, but
I don't think it's likely. No.
Anyone else see Ben as kind of what happens if Ludo from Labyrinth created life? With the whole summoning rocks thing. It's like it's like Dr. Ludenstein. Created a monster out of rocks and gave it a name and a mossy head and called it Ben. For somebody to talk to. Right.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. So Lenore is going to tentatively make her way across, and is ready to engage the thrash if need be. Should she fall, which she probably won't. She never does.
So the two of you find yourselves on the on a roughly flat surface. It's slightly listing to one side,
Okay.
but it is indeed, although it has bits of rock and wreckage and lichen and vines growing over it and all kinds of weird and wonderful stuff like that, you can see that it is a flat surface, which actually distinguishes it somewhat from the decks of your ship. Because while the actual, the deck boards themselves are flat, there's an awful lot of bits and pieces on board the ship. So none of your decks can really be described as that much of a flat surface. There's a limit to how far you can go with it still being flat before you bump into something, whether it be cables or rigging or wires running to the wrecker's magnet or whatever.
Yeah.
So this, in that respect, looks less ship-like than you might have first thought, because it is pretty much a flat surface up here.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go with the mild disorientation from no longer being able to see out of the hull, because I'm not on board anymore.
Yeah.
And then okay, are there any obvious doors? Because this all looks almost too clean. Right.
Okay, good.
Anyone else thinking that Fish was putting a lot of thought into that? No, that was just his version.
No, I lost the. I did check to see whether my internet had gone, but I'm still connected. I just lost connection through VC for some reason.
Yes.
So pretty much everything after you're being disconcerted by no longer being able to see through the hull, I lost.
Okay. I asked if there were any doors, because this is far too clean. I mean, it's dirty, but it's too clear.
Okay, so you are hunting around looking for, when you say doors, are you talking about sort of deck hatches type of things?
Deck hatches is what I initially have in mind, but there could be a captain's cabin style door vertically that I could be looking for as well. But
so
Laura's taking the lead.
Looking across it from where you are, there are no structures. There are no structures going up from here. It is a flat surface all the way across, but you can see dips at points, and you're not sure whether they are recesses in whatever the surface is, whether they are damage, whether there's a hole, or whether indeed perhaps they are hatches. You'd have to explore further to find that out, but you can certainly see it's a flat surface with potentially holes in it here and there.
So
okay.
sounds like investigate the holes, possibly. You think?
Said to the actress.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
Sorry, I walked right into that.
You did. Ah!
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm assuming
I'm
that
having an awful lot of trouble with my connection here. I'm wondering whether we might be well off perhaps swapping audio to Discord,
Right.
which is going to
Okay.
be less of a strain, so that I can be sure I can hear you all. It doesn't matter so much whether you freeze and I can't see you, but I do need to be able to hear what my players are saying.
Yes.
Right.
So is it worth trying a swap to Discord for
Yes,
sound?
it is. Hang on 1 sec then. What I will do is I will stick us to AFK and sort this out and mute all the streams so we don't get echo, and take it from there. So